So it's another day on my channel, and I want to say thank you for joining me. I am still reading Good Pedigree 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤, a story written and published by my humble self, 𝐦𝐨𝐤𝐤𝐞, and I'm so happy you have joined me again today. If you watched the last video and you are back today, I'm sure you enjoyed the story. And if you have not subscribed, hit the subscribe button so that when next I drop another video, you will be notified, and also that will encourage me to make more videos. And also, your likes are appreciated. And don't keep this to yourself. If you enjoy the story, share with your friend, share with your family. Thank you. Also, if you're joining me for the first time, this is what I do here. I'm an author. I read my books, I read other author books, and I also give a few tips and tricks of writing for beginners. You know, sometimes when I have less time on my hands, I'm so sorry for my audience that have been waiting for me to drop another video on writing tips. Is coming. It's just that my life is just so busy right now that sitting down to record that video has not been really easy. But trust me, I haven't forgotten about that part. I'll bring you more videos on that. But my Friday show, Olabooks International, always come live on Friday with different books, with readings. So Olabooks Readers Reviews is back, and today I'm reading chapter 2 of Good Pedigree 𝐦𝐨𝐤𝐤, and chapter 2 is tagged Disobedience. So what is it about disobedience? The last chapter, Alani found her daughter. She caught her red-handed. You know all of those tricks you did. You know what you did before you got married, or what you did when you were a teenager, or what you did before you got to where you are today. Chapter 2. 𝐸𝐤 runs past home. 𝐴𝐵, for 𝐴𝐨𝐵𝐿, tries to lead her to his house, but she would not budge. She runs and runs until she stumbles and falls. She hits her big toe and cries out in pain. 𝐴𝐵 helps her up and sits her down on a rock close to the river. She sits on the rock crying, knowing her father would kill her. She is inconsolable and blames 𝐴𝐵 for what happened. He had told her to meet him at their usual spot before cockcrow. She was there and he was late. She was about to leave when he showed up. 𝐴𝐵 pushes further to console her. 𝐸𝐤, my love, please forgive me. Stop crying. Let me attend to your bleeding toe. He walks to the river and looks around for something to scoop up water with. He finds a small calabash hiding in the grass nearby and scoops up water with a bowl to wash 𝐸𝐤's feet. As the water touches her wound, she cries out louder. He goes back for another round of water. This time, he comes back with a big leaf and some lemongrass. After washing her wound, he ties it up with the leaf and grass. She continues to cry more from being caught red-handed by her father than from the fresh wound. 𝐸𝐤, please stop crying. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me, and I promise not to fail you. How do you plan on fulfilling your promise? I have provoked my father's anger. How do I prove to him I am still his precious, obedient daughter? I was hoping I could talk to him about us, not him catching us in our rendezvous love hideout. She concludes with more tears. 𝐸𝐤, 𝐴𝐵 continues, we did nothing. You have not allowed me to do anything beyond giving you a hug or touching your face, all in the name of you obeying your father. It is your duty to make him understand that what he saw was nothing. How will I do that? 𝐸𝐤 asked. 𝐸𝐤, 𝐸𝐤, 𝐴𝐵 calls her fondly. You won my heart with your charms. I believe it is with the same charms you have won your father's heart as his favorite daughter. Believe me, you have more charms than you give yourself credit for. There you go with your sweet talk, she says with a smile. But I don't think I can face my father right now. I will have to involve his brother. He lives near the dispensary. It's a little far from here. I will go with you, 𝐴𝐵 says. That should make him believe that the love I have for you is genuine. The lovers set out for Amal's residence. They take more than an hour to get there. 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤 welcomes them. He attends to 𝐸's wounds before listening to their story. He thinks she has a big cut on her toe and needs to go to the village dispensary. Luckily, the dispensary isn't too far from his residence. She will go there before she returns home. After listening to the lovers, 𝐸𝐨𝐤 scolds his niece on sneaking out of her father's house to go to see a man. The behavior does not speak well of her as a child from a pleasant home. What happened to her father's warnings and home teachings of who a girl should be? 𝐸 is sorry. 𝐸𝐨𝐤 also scolds 𝐦𝐵 for treating his niece like a child of a nobody. How dare he think he could be sneaky about a love affair and go to the extent of encouraging her to sneak out of her father's house at that ungodly hour? 𝐦𝐵 is apologetic. 𝐸𝐨𝐤 insists that 𝐦𝐵 goes home, and he goes with 𝐸 to her father to resolve the issue. 𝐸𝐨𝐤 reveals his disappointment in 𝐸, and he scolds her after 𝐦𝐵's departure. You have not represented our family well at all. This is a disgrace. Why would you do that? It's not what you think, Bami. We did nothing. We were talking about how we will let my father know that he's interested in marrying me. Foolish talk. Nonsense. Have you forgotten that your father has other plans for you? No, sir. He wants me to continue schooling, and I want you too. I really want to go to the university. 𝐸𝐴𝐤 mimics. Shame on you, he continues. I guess the way to the university is hiding in the bush with 𝐴𝐤𝐵 the tailor. It's too early to cry. Wait until you lose the chance you have to go to school. Then you can cry as much as it rains. 𝐻𝐸𝐤𝐤. How many men have you seen thinking of sending their young girls to school? I should commend your father for that, but you are ready to forfeit it. 𝐸𝐤 kneels and begs, please talk to Bami. I promise it will not repeat itself. Stand up, my daughter. Stop crying and sit beside me. 𝐸𝐤, you are my daughter. My brother's daughter is my daughter. I will never mislead you. The path you have chosen with 𝐴𝐤𝐵 will lead you to destruction. He is old enough to know that what both of you are doing is wrong. Do you know he is one of your father's enemies? He is one man in this village who makes a jest of your father because of his misfortune about unhealthy farm produce for the past few years. Is it right for you, my brother's beloved daughter, to have that kind of affection for his enemy? Is it good? Answer me, is it good? No, Bami. Last year, during the Yam festival, your father could not show up. He was hiding in his room out of shame. 𝐴𝐤𝐵's father mocked my brother in his absence. Now tell me, how do you want me to persuade your father? Is it to tell him to allow you to continue your affair with 𝐴𝐤𝐵, or beg him to forgive you because he will break the relationship, or what? 𝐸 breaks down in fresh tears. She cannot reply. Can you see how you have put yourself in a tight corner? I am one person who will not support your association with that boy. Your tears will not stop me from saying my mind. I don't know what to do, 𝐸 says amidst tears. In the meantime, go into the house and get some food. I will go with you to the dispensary so they can check on your toe. But I am not sure you can go back home today. Anyway, I will see your father today. You have enough time to tell me what your decision is. 𝐸 stands up and thanks him. She goes into the house to meet Bolatito, her cousin, who takes her to her room. They share secrets like old friends. Bola's room looks different to 𝐸's. Bola has a dresser with a big mirror. There are different cosmetics on the dresser. She also has a cute locally made wardrobe where she has some tops and dresses hanging beautifully. She lines her shoes up on a rack like they are for sale. 𝐸's room lacks the modernity of wardrobe and shoe rack. She also has no dresser and no cosmetics but for a big jar of Vaseline. 𝐸 shows surprise at what she sees. She also notices Bola's modern dress that barely covers her thigh. Bola has on makeup and she wears a wig that suits her face beautifully. She is the epitome of beauty. Hey, Bola, look at you glowing. Your new appearance is so perfect. Where did you get all these things? You look like those girls from the city. You may say that again, Bola replies, beaming with smiles as he checks her out, touching her hair and dress and feeling like looking like her. Tell me about this. This is too good to be true. What do you mean too good to be true? I have friends in Lagos who bring me pleasant things. Also, my aunt bought me a phone and I have access to the internet. I can Google a lot of information and that has really helped. Bola finishes with a smile. But this dress, your father, what about my father? I mean, he lets you dress like this. He doesn't question you. Nobody questions me in this house. I do what I want and I'm gonna get away with it. Really? Please, let's stop talking about me. Let's talk about you. I know what brought you here. And if you don't decide how you want to live your life, the adults will make it boring for you. Bola encourages 𝐸𝐤 and tells her not to listen to her mouth. 𝐦𝐨𝐵 is the dream of every girl in the village. 𝐦𝐨𝐵 professes his love to her. She shouldn't let him go. After going to school, you will end up marrying a man. What happens if you shun every man now and you have no one to marry you later? You need to keep your relationship secret. You should be more discreet, Bola counsels. 𝐸𝐤 studies her cousin for a long time before asking, what if 𝐦𝐨𝐵 eventually leaves me for another girl after I have suffered in the hands of my father for his sake? Then you move on with your life, was Bola's response. Life, she continues, moves on with or with no man. Really? Then my father and your father will say, did we not warn you? That is, if he leaves you. I don't think he will, Bola concludes. You don't think? 𝐸𝐤 asks. 𝐦𝐨𝐵 has refused every girl eyeing him in this village. Many girls will do anything for him to hold their hands and smile at them. But he doesn't. For him to have gone to the extent of having a regular hideout for you suggests that he loves you. 𝐸𝐤 sighs heavily. She stands up and paces the room thoughtfully with a limp. She ponders on Bola's words. He loves her? Does she love him? What is love? If it comes to her choosing between her family and 𝐦𝐸, will she be able to choose? Who will she choose? She wouldn't choose 𝐦𝐸 over her family. Why? He is not rich enough to pay for her education. 𝐸𝐤 really wants to go to school. She likes to read and she wants to become a journalist. Seeing reporters report news on the TV is an inspiration to her. She wishes to be a newscaster one day. She dreams every day of how she will sit in the newsroom, casting the news, and her father will sit in his old bamboo chair, listening and smiling. Is she ready to give it up? What are you thinking about? Bola asks. Nothing, she replies. I guess I have to prioritize my need. What do you have that I can eat? I am hungry. My mother left me some food before she left for the farm. Let's see what it is. Your mother left you food? Why didn't you wake up to cook? I cook when I want to. Nobody tells me what to do in this house if they don't want trouble. What? No one dares that in my father's house. You must obey your parents or you are in big trouble. I see why you have to come to my father to help you beg your father. Ha! My father will kill me. You need to stand up for yourself. You are no longer a child. No one should direct your life for you. You mean I should stand up to Baba 𝐸𝐤? Ha! Never. You will forever be his slave then, Bola concludes. Let's see what you have, 𝐸𝐤 asks. 𝐤𝐤 and akara. The same thing we made in my house this morning. I ground the beans before I sneaked out. I'm sure my mother would finish making it for me. My mother, that's another big problem right there. She will wait to lash me with words. What kind of world am I born into? My parents are too harsh, 𝐸𝐤 laments. They will continue to be harsh if you don't stand up to them, Bola says firmly. I wish I could do it, 𝐸𝐤 sighs exhausted. You need to start from somewhere. What do you mean? I mean, let them know you are no longer a child. I am scared it will not allow me to further my education if I should rebel. Bola Tito pauses for a few minutes as she stares at 𝐸𝐤. 𝐸𝐤 was about to challenge her silence when Bola spoke up. I have an idea, she says. My mother's sister lives in the city. The last time she visited, she said she would love to have me live with her, but I refused to go with her. Why did you refuse such an offer? Because I need my independence. My aunt is too strict, and I can't stand people like her. Every time she comes around, she tries to order me around. She thinks she is the best thing that has happened to our family, all because she lives in Lagos. I don't have time for all that nonsense. All the while, Bola was talking, 𝐸𝐤 had her mouth open wide in surprise. 𝐸𝐤 shakes her head and mutters under her breath. It has been a long time since the last time I visited you. You've changed so much. Well, Bola continues, you may say that again. I stopped visiting after I noticed that I was the only one visiting. You never returned my visits. 𝐸𝐤 remembers why she stopped her frequent visits to Bola. Her mother warned her from being so close to Bola because she thought Bola would be a dangerous influence. Why did you stop visiting? Bola asked. Nothing, 𝐸𝐤 stammers. My mother cut down my outdoor time. Really? Bola questions. You were saying something about your aunt that lives in Lagos. 𝐸𝐤 changes the topic. Yes, Bola continues. What if I talk to her about your ambition to further your studies and see if she can help you get a job and accommodation? That sounds like a good idea, 𝐸𝐤 replies with hope. But my father, she said sadly, will he let me go? Go where? This is just a plan B. If your father refuses to send you to school, I will ask my aunt to help you. If she accepts, we can talk to my father to help convince your father about the idea. Also, you may not have to ask. What if you abscond? 𝐸𝐤 responds with a startled look. Don't look at me like that. This is so easy. You can date 𝐦𝐨𝐵 and get away with it and still go to school. It's your choice, not your parents. Then she hears her uncle call her. It was time to go. She leaves her on eating 𝐤𝐤 and akara and walks towards the door. She pauses at the door and turns around, stares at her cousin one more time. Bola nodded in confidence and whispers, you can do it. It is a short walk to the dispensary. 𝐸𝐤 limps on with a swollen, terribly hurting big toe. The wait is long. Finally, the nurses attended to her. Amal supports her to get to his house and leaves her there with Bola before he proceeds to his brother's residence. He is ready for his brother's outpost. Amal meets a jubilating group in his brother's house. Alani has ordered kegs of palm wine from 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐤. Alani and his friends are drinking and eating bushmeat. He is celebrating his harvest. They are talking and laughing and singing Alani's praise. They have forgotten the past few years of his terrible harvest. Fola is very excited. He is happy that his dream to study eventually begin his progress to fulfillment. Amal joins the celebration. As soon as 𝐸𝐤's mother notices Amal's presence, she walks back and forth to catch his attention. Finally, she can motion to him to see her. She asks if he has seen her daughter, and he tells her she is at his house. After the guests left, Amal states his mission. 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞. àbúrò mi. I want to talk to you about 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞. She ran to you, didn't she? Where else would she be? I scolded her, and she has cried a lot. She's a dutiful child. I believe she will not repeat her mistake. 𝐬𝐤, you met me in a good mood. All because Afolari in me has made me proud. All I am thinking of now is how to hire able men to help cultivate my farm so I can concentrate on Afolari. He is ready to further his studies and I am fully ready to support him. I don't have to worry anymore. What about 𝐸𝐸? 𝐬𝐤 asked. What about her? She has chosen the path she wants to follow and she has my blessings. She can do whatever she wants with her life. Alani concludes with a sniff. But she wants to go to the university. No. She wants to chase men around and get pregnant and stay put in this village. That is what she wants. I will not force her to choose my way. No, ẹ́gbọ́n mi, no. I left her at my house crying. She wants to further her education and she needs our support. She is sorry. 𝐬𝐤, you know me well enough. I have decided. I saw her with my own eyes with a man. That worthless 𝐥𝐤𝐬 the tailor with my daughter? He should have waited and let me cut off his head. His anger is building up. God forbid. You will not cut off anyone's head. Please forgive her. She has promised not to see him again. She is sorry. Then where is she? I left her at home because she hurt her toe while running. It is sore and swollen. She cannot walk a long distance for some days. That is the reward of disobedience. She is lucky she did not lose a whole toe, Alani says, still fuming with anger. I took her to the dispensary and they took good care of her wound. She will be back there tomorrow. As soon as she can walk properly without pains, she will return home. You may keep her for as long as you like. I don't want to see her. She has failed me and I am not ready to forgive her. Not yet. I know you will come around soon. Children will be children. We just need to be patient with them. It's getting dark. I will be on my way. Afolari walks with him over some distance before turning back. He thanks Alani and promises to visit his sister the next day. As Afolari walks home, he thinks about his brother and his family. He thinks of how well his brother has trained his children. Only if Bola Tito will be half as good as 𝐸𝐸, he will be thankful. He admires the way 𝐸𝐸 is repentant and ready to do anything to make her father forgive her. If it was Bola Tito, she would never admit she was wrong. Only God knows what is wrong with that girl. Where did he go wrong? Hopefully, 𝐸𝐸 will help talk some sense into her before she leaves. He will try to keep 𝐸𝐸 longer with them if he could. The end of chapter 2, Disobedience. So, I hope you enjoyed that read. I mean, that part is also very interesting for me. So we see how 𝐸𝐸, went to 𝐬𝐤's residence and her conversation with her cousin, her friend, Bola Tito. So these are two different characters, two girls with different ideas. Bola is trying to tell you, you know how you tell girls, you need to wake up. So now, this is what I want to say. This background is so much different from the Western way of life. This is a background, a village life, okay, where the children must listen to their parents, where we have what you call in Yoruba 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐤, and that is home training, where the training, the kind of way you bring up your child, you want that child to continue in that way. Now, it looks like 𝐸𝐸 is deviating from the training he has from her father and from her mother and from her household. She's deviating to something different. And Bola is trying to encourage her to continue to deviate, to move in that direction, because according to Bola, 𝐸𝐸 is no longer a child. She needed to have her own way of life. She needed to just continue to do things her own way. So what do you think? A lot of this happen these days. A lot of our teenagers, a lot of our children no longer follow the tradition. They no longer listen to their parents. They just want to do things their own way. So what do you think about this? Do you think that parents should just leave their children to just pick the path they want, and they should just follow that path and just do what they like without the parents interfering? Or at what age should the parents let the child go? Because this is a big controversy in our society today. We hear some parents say, oh, even to 8, 9, 10-year-old, oh, leave them alone, that's what they want to do, let them go for it. At what point do we let our children do what they want to do? And at what point do we bring them back and say, this is not how I train you? Okay, should we allow the streets to train our children? Should we allow our children to train themselves? Or should we have a kind of legacy we give to them? And each time we see that they are deviating, we bring them back. What do you think? I want to know what you think. Please share in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And if you have live experiences, you may also share it. So thank you. This is all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have watched from the beginning all the way to the end, it means you have enjoyed it. So hit that subscribe button if you have not done so. Hit the like button if you have not done so. And this will help you, okay, to be notified each time I drop another video. And this will encourage me to load more videos. Thank you so much for watching. I have the links to where you can purchase the book in the description below if you would like a copy. If you have Kindle Unlimited, you may read it for free. If you want the ebook, it's also available. And you can also go to my website, Olabooks International, selfpub.com, where you can make a purchase, or you can decide to just go to any major online bookstore where you will get a copy. Thank you for watching. Until next Friday, you have a fabulous time. Bye.